Hey guys, it's the Delphine here, and this is the Ajoche Recap Series Week 19. We have come a long way, guys. Yes. So let's start with Alechenu's story. So he's still in the bushes, tagging along the Abo boys and the Abo girl. Yes, there's an Abo daughter now, if you're not aware yet. And he's just being a nuisance. They don't want him, but he's just following them because he has nowhere else to go. He's lonely, he's losing his mind, and he just wants the company of people, basically. I remember mentioning from the week before that he was given a mango, and then he passed out. Basically, the Abo girl put something in his mango because they were tired of him tagging along. They wanted him to slip off so they would cover some distance, you know. But it turns out that he still found them again and they were just not having it. Anyways, we see at some point that Akum, the Abo girl's father, was injured. I don't know how, they didn't show us how the guy got injured, but there were some lapses in that bit of the story that I didn't quite understand. So Ajoche writers and producer and director, I don't know what's happening, but sometimes some things don't add up. Anyway, so this guy is ill, and I think he has an injury or something, and they're trying to figure out how to heal him. They try several things, none of it is working. And then I think the girl now realizes that she bumps into Alechenu somewhere in the bushes there, and then she tells him, oh, my father is ill, blah blah blah. Remember Alechenu, the healer from Ocholuje village, when people were sick, when they brought that disease from the foreigners, you know, it was Alechenu who came up with the healing potion and everything. So I guess that is really a strength of his. So he tells her to mix this, that, and the other, and she does, and she takes it to her father, and then the guy wakes up and he's fine. So they carry on. They start their journey again, and then they bump into Alechenu again. They try to harm him, but then she tells them not to because he's the one who came up with the potion or whatever it is they used to heal her father. So yeah, Alechenu was saved. Moving on to Elakeche, she's still having PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder from her rape, you know, and people are still sneering at her at the marketplace, snapping their fingers, you know, rolling their eyes, spitting and whatnot, you know. Like it's her fault that she was raped. I don't understand people ignorance. Anyway, so she's really depressed. She runs off. She slits her wrists and runs off to the river or something. And then her brother, Eje, finds her and brings her back. So she's somewhere in the house around, and her mother and father are discussing what they're going to do with her because they don't know. They're up to their wits' end. They don't know what else to do with this girl. You know, they're thinking, okay, she can't be an aquamedium anymore. What can they do with her? And while they're discussing about marrying her off, I think she overhears them and she walks in and she tells her mom that she would like to learn how to be a healer like her. So her mom was I think a bit curious about that, and then she gives her a number of the herbs that she uses, and Elakeche is able to name them and name their functions except a few. So she was quite impressed. Like, she didn't know that all this while growing up that Elakeche had been watching her and paying attention to the things she did with those herbs, you know. So it looks like Elakeche is going to be a healer. Does that sound familiar? I mean, Alechenu is somewhat a healer, and then now Elakeche is going to be an official healer. So maybe their destinies are tied somehow. We'll see about that. Now, back in the palace, the general is still going about trying to figure out how Ofun is evil and how to explain that to the king, his brother. But the king is not having any of it. He doesn't want to hear any longer. The general has run out of ideas on what to do. He only has one last joker, which is to tell the king that he had slept with Ofun years before the king had anything to do with her. So I guess he risks it all and plays the joker, and the king is quiet at first. But then he starts to think about the fact that, wait, you mean this man has gone into my concubine before me? Like, you know, the whole thing with men and their egos and how huge it is. Anyway, the king pounces on the general, gives him a punch. They wrestle to the floor. He's punching him. King Odaleko actually has some, some oomph in his punches. Like he wasn't pulling them at all. Hard impact and whatnot. I was quite impressed. Some Eyo Mayweather type thing. Anyways, while the general is lying on the floor lifeless, he tosses something like a javelin at him or a stick or something, and it bruises him very lightly, and then he mutters something under his breath to Odaleko. That's the general, and then he walks away. So he goes home and narrates the whole thing to his wife, Enai. Enai being the one who basically has been pushing him. Now that I think about it, the general's real strength is in his wife. She's been the one putting ideas in his head, telling him that he deserves more than his brother does. He's stronger than his brother. He should be the one ruling the kingdom and whatnot. Man, women are powerful people, though. Anyway, so she's basically gingering the guy and telling him all these sweet things. And then next thing, they're on the bed, they're about to do the do. And then my guy's soldier did not stand up. At this point, I am guessing it's because he raped Elakeche. The gods are basically punishing him for that. So the general, I don't know how he's going to live the rest of his life without his soldier. Anyway, that's all, folks, for week 19. I'm so sorry that I'm late delivering this. I had some issues with my DSTV Explorer, but it's sorted out now. So I guess on Monday, we'll be seeing each other for the recap of week 20. I love you guys. Mwah. Do not forget to subscribe, hit the thumbs up button, and share this video. Until the next one, toodles.